Our top story at this hour. Telangana is in shock. A chilling case of alleged mass killing of stray dogs has triggered outrage across the state. Nearly 900 stray dogs have been found dead across at least 6 villages within just 6 months, prompting a full-scale probe by Telangana authorities. The most disturbing discovery has emerged from Jagtial district, where around 300 dog carcasses were allegedly dumped in one single pit. The visuals have sparked widespread anger among animal activists and local residents alike. And this is not an isolated incident. Similar reports have also surfaced from Kamareddy, Hanumakonda, Ranga Reddy districts as well. Police confirm the deaths occurred between late December and mid-January, possibly spread over several days at each of these locations. In Pegadapally village, around 200 kilometers from Hyderabad, activists allege that the latest killings took place on Thursday on the orders of the newly elected village sarpanch. So, how were these dogs killed? Investigators suspect poisoning or lethal injections. Villagers claim the dogs were injected. Their bodies were later transported in tractors by panchayat workers and buried in pits nearly 2 kilometers away from the village. Police say that forensic reports are awaited to establish the exact cause of death. But the bigger question remains, who ordered it and why? Animal rights groups have alleged newly elected sarpanches sanctioned the killings to fulfill their pre-poll promises made during local body elections. And the pledges were made to eliminate stray dogs and monkeys from the villages. And the sarpanches are now delivering on those promises. This unfolds against the backdrop of a genuine public concern. Government data shows nearly 1.2 lakh dog bite cases that were reported in Telangana in 2024 alone. Yet officials also confirm that no rabies-related deaths were also recorded during the same period, which raises a critical question. Can public safety ever justify illegal, scientific and unscientific and mass extermination of dogs? As investigations continue, the alleged culling has ignited a furious debate between public health and political accountability, as well as animal rights. Joining me on the show is Gauri Molekhi, Trustee People for Animals. Also with us is Hanumanth Rao, Animal Cruelty Officer at Asra NGO in Telangana. Thank you very much, the two of you, for taking time out. Let me first give a disclaimer on the show. I have 3 dogs at home, 2 of which are Indies. So I can't make sense of why anybody will kill dogs, stray dogs particularly, Indies, so ruthlessly. These creatures, they survive on roads. They survive, at the cusp of a very hard life, often depending on people around them to feed them. And yet what we are looking at are visuals of their mass killing. How does one justify it? Even if it's a poll promise, Gauri Molekhi, how do you really justify this mass killing of dogs?
It's not only unjustifiable, it is a symptom of deep-rooted psychopathy. Any person who is violent to an animal basically is demonstrating that he is capable of violence to whoever is defenseless. Today, the animals are defenseless. Tomorrow, his wife will be defenseless at home. Probably day after tomorrow, the neighborhood women and children will not be safe from such a psychopath. So that is why we have the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. It's not because animals have rights. It's because people have a duty to be humane, to be reasonable, to be scientific, and to have basic compassion, which has to be extended to everybody, not just animals around them, but also people around them. Once this violence is demonstrated, this person, whoever this person is, must be booked and made an example of. Otherwise, the government of Telangana and whoever their, brethren are and their supporters should all die of shame. It's absolutely
Right. My concern with this particular incident is that it's not a stray incident. It's deliberate. It's being done purposefully, and it's being done by people who are elected officers of the government. It's being done by people who are elected representatives of the government, and that's where the problem lies. These are not people sitting on the fringe. These are people who have been given mandate to govern, and this is how they govern. They govern by killing these innocent creatures who really, thrive and survive. Hanumanth Rao, at the mercy of people around them. They survive on the mercy of people, of good Samaritans, and you kill them despite the evidence suggesting otherwise, that they are not harming anybody. They may be killing, they may be biting, but there has to be a better option on how to do away with those animal bites. We need to find more scientific ways of, dealing with animal bites. But there has been no case of rabies-related death in Telangana. That's what the data suggests. And yet, they're killing these innocent creatures.
Yes, that's right. So it is, as Gauri said, it's exactly purposefully done. Before the elections, they made promises to the villagers by the sarpanch contestants, saying that we will eliminate the dogs once we win. And after winning the elections, they're doing it purposefully. They hired private contractors with lethal injections. They've been doing that, and thousands of dogs are being killed. Only the dogs which are, the incidents which are reported to us, it's only now known to us. We don't know how many number of incidents are still not known to us, not reported to us. So they might have killed hundreds and thousands of, hundred thousands of dogs across the Telangana. So the thing is here, how these killers are getting the lethal injections, from where they are getting. So there should be some investigation that should happen. How unauthorizedly these people are getting the particular injections, from where they are getting. It has to be controlled by the state government. So that is because today they're killing the dogs, and tomorrow they may be killing the humans with a simple, a needle penetration.
That's a fair point.
That is it.
That's a fair point. So, where are Gauri Muleki? What do you make of, where are they getting, those lethal injections from? If they're getting it from trusted sources, if they're getting those lethal injections, from pharmacies, or they're getting it from the government sources, then that's a cause of worry, because they can use these injections against anybody tomorrow that they disagree with.
Correct. Now, this seems to be an organized racket. It's not happened once. It's happened several times, especially in Telangana. So this is a moment for the state drug controller to be questioned. The state drug controller of Telangana owes an explanation how these, chemicals are being seeped in. Now, whether I'm not going to name these chemicals, because again, the environment in this country is so weird that it's best not to name. But again, the state drug controller must find out whether it was licensed pharmacies that provided these injections, or whether some spurious channel or some racket is going on where these injections are being coming into the market. Also, please remember that it's happened in several African countries when they inject these dogs with all kinds of chemicals and then bury them. That chemical then seeps into the water table and then poisons many other people. So everything is connected. We are not asking for people to be humane because animals require a lot of compassion. It's because they are part of a system which also governs us. Now, I'd say, at this point, I just want to put in something. It's everybody's responsibility that we have to see this shameful day today. It's the media that's made this big numbers, huge number, lakhs of dog bites. No, those dog bites don't all get accrued to street dogs. Please remember, dog bites that are reported by the government are mostly little scratches here and there that pet dogs also tend to give. And people go and take an anti-rabies post-exposure vaccination. It gets then recorded in the government's documents as a dog bite. It's not a dog bite. It does not get attributed to street dogs. Please understand that street dog bites are very minimal. They are not as much as the pet dog interactions.
So, Gauri, sorry to interfere. I think there's also a sense of lack of understanding among people when it comes to dog bites. I would want you to explain to our viewers as to what extent you think the stray animals actually end up biting it, because in most cases these dog bites are often dog bites from pet animals. They're not from stray animals, and the only kind of stray animals that bite are often rabid. they're often taken away and they're put down very quickly. So
That's
the
true.
inflated numbers that you see of dog bite cases are usually pet dogs. They're domesticated dogs, in which case they're not properly disciplined, and that's the responsibility of the pet owner. So the strays are never the problem. They're hardly the problem.
How sad is this that the government of India has realized it? They, in fact, regulated the pet dog industry, but in 2017 by coming up with dog breeding rules. They, in fact, stopped the import of exotic dogs into the country only because they are these pit bulls and the huskies and the chihuahuas and God knows what all. They are coming into the country, getting contributing to the dog bites. Also, the numbers of dog bites as is recorded. If today I have a dog in my house and it just sort of scratches me or scratches somebody younger in my house, I will not take a chance. I will go to the government hospital. I will take a post-exposure vaccine. That dispensation of one vaccine gets recorded in the government data as a dog bite. And at the end of the day, the media takes those numbers and then reports in the newspapers as lakhs of dog bites, lakhs of dog bites. And then a dirty picture of a ferocious looking street dog comes into the picture, and people are just getting paranoid for no reason. Your interaction with the pet dog is much more, thousands of times more than your interaction with the street dog. A street dog might bark at times or chase cars, but bites are minimal from them. I understand that in certain cases they have to show pack tendencies, was that in mating behavior. That gets settled with animal birth control, and that's what we need to focus on.
Absolutely.
So, you
Absolutely.
know,
I have the last few minutes on the show, and this is, as I said, having already given a disclaimer at the beginning, I am a dog lover, and I personally believe, that there should never be a debate about whether you are a dog lover, animal lover, or whether you are a human lover. You can love humans as much as you love dogs or other pets. It doesn't have to be a choice. It doesn't have to be either or. You don't want animals to bite humans, but at the same time, when I see those pictures of many dogs killed like that, it breaks my heart. It just puts an entire country to shame, not just the state of Telangana, but an entire country to shame, when defenseless animals are put to death for no fault of theirs. Hanumantha Roy, how do you and what do you make of this debate that we see all around us, that you've got to make a choice right now and you've got to be firm that you either love humans, in which case you have to ensure the dogs are taken away from societies, they must be put in different isolated place, versus if you love dogs, you allow them to bite humans, and that's what you are hoping if you're keeping dogs around in your locality, if you're keeping them out and about. That's how the debate has been framed today, and that's extremely unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right. So we are living in nature, right? So where we should be living with all the living creatures. It's all the living creatures are created by the God, keeping in the consideration like we need them, they need us. It is for the ecological balance. If once we start removing maybe today dogs, tomorrow some other animal, and then day after tomorrow some other animal, so we are actually going towards the destruction. The ecological balance will imbalance, and then humans life is going to be somewhere going to suffer with a lot of some other diseases or something like that, which we should not be doing it. The only remedy is we have to control the population, bring down the number of dog population, and then we have to stop abusing them, where people when the people start abusing them, they will go undergo a lot of frustration and stress that may cause the dog bites or something like that. And
Absolutely.
chasing the vehicles, when it comes to that, when the female dog delivers babies and then babies are being killed by accidents or something like that, so the mother will cry a lot. I have seen in so many incidents where mother dog cries just by seeing in front of the dog she lost her puppies.
That's right.
So it keeps chasing the vehicles, and
Yeah.
then people misunderstand that, and then they immediately say that, okay, dog is aggressive and we need to get rid of these and all that. So it should not be like that. It should not be like that. It should not be like, you love him, either humans or dogs. It is not like that. We should love everything,
Absolutely.
everything possible, whatever is there in the nature.
Right. And it's a borrowed earth. It doesn't just belong to us. Every creature has the right to live. Every creature on this earth has the right to live. And I think it's better that we understand it sooner rather than later. And those pictures, of course, on our screens, we continue to track that story emerging from Telangana, heartbreaking, where many dogs, at least 300, have been killed. They have been culled and they were found borrowed and buried rather in a pit. Gauri Mulekhi, Hanumanta Rao, thank you very much, the two of you. It's a sensitive story.